Hi everyone, Palmer Divide Sirens here with a very special video for you all. Featured in today's video is the Sentry MicroBurst Siren. Yes, I actually got one of these now. This siren is one of two new siren models that was released by Sentry Siren in 2025. I already own the MacroBurst, which is the larger brother of the siren featured today, and I've already made a couple of videos of the MacroBurst. I highly recommend you check out my videos of the MacroBurst on my channel. But for today, the featured siren is the Sentry MicroBurst. To give you all a little idea of what the MicroBurst is, it's essentially a Sentry F2 siren that's made into an omnidirectional siren, rather than a traditional directional design of the F2 siren. Taking a look at the tag here, we can see that this model is labeled Micro, and it runs off of 120 volts AC. There are a couple differences between my MicroBurst siren and the standard MicroBurst that is offered by Sentry Siren. First is the color. Normally the MicroBurst and the MacroBurst are made in the color red. However, I had custom ordered my MicroBurst to be in the color pine green. I will say Sentry did an awesome job with this color and it turned out very well. So a big thank you to Sentry Siren for making this siren look great. Second, and the biggest difference between my MicroBurst and the standard MicroBurst is the port ratio. The standard MicroBurst offered by Sentry Siren is an 8-port design, which is the standard port ratio for all F2 sirens. However, my MicroBurst was custom ordered to be a 4-port siren, which means it will have a lower pitch than the standard 8-port model. Again, Sentry did an awesome job with this siren, making it sound great. Taking a quick look at the brochure of the MicroBurst siren, we can see that the traditional 8-port model is rated at 106 decibels from 10 feet away. The siren runs off of 120 volts AC or DC, pulling 3.3 amps. However, this siren can be ordered to run off of 240 volts AC or DC if needed. Something I do want to note is since my MicroBurst siren is a 4-port model, it's not as loud as the traditional 8-port model offered by Sentry. Despite the lower volume from my MicroBurst, it still sounds great and it doesn't disappoint me at all. It's a wonderful siren. A unique design with the MicroBurst siren is having two separate options to mount the siren. Looking at the base of my siren here, you can see there are 4 holes at the 4 corners of the base, making it capable of being mounted on a pole or a rooftop. But if we take a further look up on the siren, you can see that there is a swivel mount that you would see on all typical Sentry F2 sirens. This gives customers the option to mount the siren on a bottom of something, for an example being the ceiling. So this is perfect for settings like warehouses, power plants, or any other building or structure that needs to have this siren ceiling mounted rather than pole mounted. Alright, let's go ahead and hear what you all came here for, getting to hear what this siren sounds like. Given that the setting sun gave me a couple of awesome options to shoot video for the siren, there will be 2 separate siren soundings for this particular model. The first one will be a short attack signal, and the second one will be a longer attack sounding. So I didn't feel like doing a distance recording for this particular YouTube video, so I will show you all what the standard 8-port model sounds like. I did have the opportunity to record Sentry's standard 8-port MicroBurst when I went to pick up my MicroBurst, and here's that video.
Ready?
Yeah. I want to give a very special thank you to Sentry Siren for doing such a wonderful job with this custom MicroBurst siren. It came out great and it makes a wonderful addition to my siren collection. I do want to make a very special note that I still plan on installing both this MicroBurst siren and my MacroBurst siren that I got earlier this year. Summer was very busy for me and I didn't get the opportunity to install the MacroBurst after I got it. However, if everything goes according to plan, I should have both the MicroBurst and the MacroBurst in service for the 2026 storm season. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will be making more videos on this MicroBurst in the near future, including once it's finally installed outside. I also want to make one very special important note. If you are interested in buying a MicroBurst or a MacroBurst siren, please reach out to Sentry Siren at their website, www.sentrysiren.com. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Take care.